Speed racer, baby.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, what up, y'all? Episode 41 of the Collective Podcast. Trey and I are live. Rodney's still somewhere last night. Not really sure what's going on. It's always fun when Rodney shows up. Uh-oh.
I'm still here. Just go ahead. Let me fix this.
Okay, who's got something playing in the background?
Oh, hold on.
If only Rodney can come prepared one week. Trey will be late, but he'll come prepared. Rodney shows up early, but he's got all kinds of antics going on all the time. So it's like, man, I can't win. Can't win with this bunch. Trey's got on the right gear though. He didn't pull an Anthony Cobbs and regress to the Eagles gear.
No, I wasn't gonna do that today, but I was gonna hit y'all about them power rank. Y'all want to talk about that?
Sure. We can start off with that.
What you got? Who we got?
You can go first.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Eagles is one.
What did the Eagles do last week?
Oh, we beat the Saints.
Oh, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. I've been trying to get my boy in there. Let me tell you, I talk about Jalen Hurts. I talk about Trez. Those are my guys. I talk about Trez.
Why are you putting them on the same level?
Well, yeah, Trez is a bum. Come on, man. He's a bum.
Wait, Rodney, are you going to stay like that?
No.
Okay, anyway, go ahead, Trey. You got.
Oh, yeah, man, I've been saying get wins. That was $109 million that's owed back to the NFL. And let Jalen Hurts get in there and do his thing. He was scrambling. He was running, looking like a young Mike Vick out there, looking really, really nice. That's what we need. That's what the Eagles do.
He was looking like a young Mike Vick?
He looked like a young Mike Vick out there, man. He had swag.
All right.
And
what else?
These other two, let's see. I'm going to have to put 49ers number 2.
Okay.
And yeah, them Raiders got to drop all the way to the bottom this week. And I'll be pulling for them too, man. I try so hard with the Raiders. I really do pull for them guys. But
you pull for the Raiders?
Yeah, I pull for them, but I don't understand why they just continue. They might be cursed. They might be. Because when I look at them in preseason, look at them on paper, they're pretty good. But when they get out on that field, when them lights is on,
and they forget how to act,
can't pull it together, man. But yeah, that's what my thing is going to be. I'm going to say Eagles, 49ers, Raiders this week.
Okay.
What you got?
I'm going to let Rod go first.
Rod's muted and everything right now.
I won't disagree with that because we just pretty much gave away a win, but we got rid of the main problem, the defense coordinator. He wasn't getting it done, so he's fired.
Now, Rodney, the defensive coordinator, can that be all his fault, or does some of that have to lie on the players that's out there on the field?
Well, the safeties did get caught looking in the backfield on one of those touchdowns, but you have to bring some heat. You have to get some pass rush. If the defense is not getting teams off the field on third down, there's a problem with the defense. And that falls on the defense coordinator, not so much the players. He's got to put them in the right spot.
Right. Okay.
And that's the Raiders' main problem. The offense is on the field the whole game. They don't get stops. Now, I'm bitter because we got rid of probably the best pass rusher in the NFL in Khalil Mack, but they drafted Cleveland Farrell high. He hasn't played the last 3 games, and defense hasn't gotten any kind of heat on the quarterback the last 3 games. So, but even when he was in, he hasn't lived up to being chosen number 4. I mean, he may have 2 sacks for the season, and they probably were in the same game. So I will go with your Raiders at the bottom this week.
All right, so I guess my vote doesn't even matter because you guys concur. So majority wins, and I guess I'll go with that. I've got no problem with the Eagles, especially with the win, heading the power rankings, and then the other two teams with losses. So my 49ers are second. I will say now, like, doom has come. Like that's it. It's a wrap for us. I know obviously the Eagles are still in the thick of it. Are the Raiders still alive, Rod?
But the Eagles got to win out. The Eagles going to have to win out. And we got another tough one this week. I think the Eagles play the Cardinals this week or something. They play somebody good. I don't want them to play nobody. They got another tough one, man. Every time I look at the schedule, I'm like, dang, we still got to play them.
Well, you just want some pushovers or what?
No, like, I know we play the Giants one more time, and we play the Washington one more time. And I know we have to win those. But I think we got one more that's a tough one. But one more L, and I don't think we can get in.
All right. Well, let me. Speaking of tough ones, I got 3 Bruins on here with us right now. What up to Anthony Cobbs? What up to Jim McElroy? What up to Javon Moore, Jay Moore, Jimmy Mack, AC? They were part of the contingent that never lost to SC. Loving, what was that? I mean, 91 to 2000. It was a lovely time. 9 straight. We had a tough one against USC on Saturday. We wound up. Let's see. AC says it was 5 plays. You can narrow it down to 5 plays that spelled doom. I feel like I can narrow it down to 1, and I feel like it was the kickoff return after UCLA regained the lead. The kickoff return where the kid did not fair catch it to take it at the 25, and he returned it all the way to UCLA territory. Spelled doom for the Bruins, and anything that happened after that really didn't matter because they were damn near in field goal range right then, only down 1. And then, of course, they came up an actual touchdown. But, yeah, it was tough. So that was a tough game, and it's always tough losing the city championship. And now that team's still undefeated, so we'll see what happens with them. But, all right, Trey, I don't know if Rod's coming back, so might just be us. So, Jimmy, okay, so how about this? So, Jay Moore says, yeah, the one, right, was the kickoff return, but Jimmy agrees with Anthony Cobbs, and so I'm going to defer to them since they literally lived in the trenches on the field, and so I'm sure Jay Moore concurs with them also. So, okay, 5 plays. I'd love for you guys to define the 5 plays for our viewers and listeners. Let us know what those 5 plays were. I know that this is in advance of you guys discussing it in depth tomorrow on 1585, but if you could just share a little preview, we definitely appreciate that. While we wait for that from them, Trey, did you happen to see that Major League Baseball has decided to unilaterally include the Negro Leagues into Major League Baseball? And so all of the Negro Leaguers are now called Major Leaguers, and their records are the ones that now matter. I mean, I'm sorry, their records now matter with Major League Baseball records. They are now Major League Baseball records. So the batting champ is no longer Ted Williams. The batting champ of all time is now Josh Gibson. React.
Oh wow. I actually didn't know that, brother.
You didn't know that, huh?
Didn't know that.
Oh, well, hold on. Before you answer, let's see if Rodney knew. Rod, welcome back to the 21st century. Did you know that Major League Baseball is now including Negro leaguers as major leaguers, and all of their records are now major league records.
Yes.
You knew that.
Yes.
So let's celebrate Josh Gibson being the batting champ, and it's no longer Ted Williams. That's huge.
Very much so.
All right.
Hey, he wanted a little more reaction out of you.
No, it's fine. It's Rodney is like, I know that when
they're doing. I moved to the front of the house to try to
Yeah.
get some more light, but they're doing road work out here, so it's super loud. So
for all of those that don't know what's going on, Rodney is just now getting running water for the first time in his lifetime. No more outhouse, and so things are a little different for him. And so, no, Trey, I didn't need more of a reaction from him because I know with Rodney, it's like celebration that he was able to get on. And he's got some lighting. So yeah, I see you with your shutters. I know you didn't get them from Sherwood, but I know you got the shutters.
I actually moved next to you over here by the Gulf of Mexico, and they're fracking outside, so it's kind of loud.
Fracking. Okay. All right. Well, before we go into Major League Baseball, let's look at the 5 plays. So these are the 5 plays that spell doom for UCLA. Yeah, that interception was horrible. Kickoff return. See, I just felt like with the lead, no matter with everything else that happened, and they were still good, but the kickoff return was the one that let all the wind out of the sails, in my opinion. That's why I say I could narrow it down to 1. But I don't disagree with any of these 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't disagree with any of those 5. Okay, look, see, this is what I'm talking about, the interactivity of it all. We got Cobbs and McElroy coming on here giving us what we're asking for. They say 5. We're trying to see the 5. Trey, you can go up by the time, top right. Wait, did you upgrade to Big Sur? Trey?
Did I?
Or are you still running Catalina?
What do you mean?
On the Mac.
I don't know. That was Britt's phone that went off.
But it was ringing on the computer though, right?
Ringing on the computer,
yeah. So you can go to click on the time, top right, and then you can choose do not disturb, and it just won't ring on the computer.
Oh.
But it won't stop her phone from ringing.
Oh, okay.
Someone calling Little Ron?
There you go. Yeah. So to be clear, Anthony, yes, what led up to the kickoff return? I agree with you. I do. I'm befuddled by the things that occurred. But yeah, all right. So that was that with UCLA USC. By the way, we didn't get McElroy on last week, so I don't know if McElroy and Cobbs want to come on. I don't know if Jay Moore wants to come on, but if any of you guys want to come on, just let me know. I'll shoot you the link.
Is Cobbs coming on today?
I don't know. He's here. He might, he's playing the waiting game. Maybe he was waiting for that Long Beach Poly hug from Rod to.
Well, I think he was waiting on. I think he was waiting on for y'all to talk about the Eagles a little more.
Dude,
that's what he was waiting on, man. If you say Eagles like 5 times, he'll just show up. Hey, you know how you go into the bathroom in the dark and you say, who is it that you call like 5 times and then they appear? Say that Eagles 5 times and he'll pop right on the screen.
That is funny, Eagles. But see, I don't want to say Philadelphia football team that many times. I just don't care enough. But all right, Cobbs is coming on. Oh, all right. Jimmy's grading finals. Teach, brother, teach. We still got to get Eric on here, Trey.
Yeah, you know what?
By the way, I got to go pick that Nintendo Switch up from him tomorrow.
You know what? Let me see what he's doing right now.
All right.
Let me send him a text.
And Javon is probably globe trotting, so he's not going to come on. All right, and I just sent it to you.
Because he's home because they, shut all the schools down.
Yeah. Well, so just going back to Major League Baseball, let me be clear, it's well overdue, but I'm not the guy that says, and I know that some people believe that certain things happen too late for them to matter. And I'm not that guy. Like I think that this matters even this late. And when we look at a guy like Josh Gibson who died at 35, this was well overdue for him, and obviously, didn't happen in his lifetime. But I'm glad that it has happened for all of them. And I don't know which other records have been impacted. We just know that Josh Gibson with his 441 for that year is the greatest season of all time on record. So,
Cobbs, what up, brother?
What's up, family? I heard you talking about the Eagles, but you didn't say it 3 times in a row like Candyman.
No,
I was trying to say Candyman. Yeah.
No.
Eagles.
So what I can do,
I got my Howard on for Howard's first student, Rodney.
There you go. Straight up, yeah.
Hey.
I got the Howard University
Yeah.
up there on the wall. The Bison.
Hey, you heard him say for Howard's first student, right, Rod?
Yeah.
That was a shout out to you.
First alumni.
The designer of the quadrangle. What?
You gave Rod a shout out.
Yeah.
The first Bison. He said, we'll be the Buffalo. It was Rod's idea to be the Bison, not the Buffaloes. Let's be the Bison.
There you go.
So they'll mistake us for the Buffalo Bills. Oh, okay. Bison.
That's it.
Yeah, I heard her talking about the Eagles.
Oh, we did move on.
Yeah, we moved on. I was saying I want to see. We ain't dead yet. We can move on now.
So let me be clear. I have respect for your squad, the Eagles, and so I will not say the Eagles. I will not say Eagles 3 times, but I will say it for as many times as you have championships. So I've already said it once. There you go.
4.
Wait, I didn't hear what you said. Say what you said again.
Super Bowl victories.
NFL championship.
Super Bowl victories.
NFL championships 4 times. Give me my 3 before the Super Bowl.
Hey, start all over with what you said.
NFC championships, bro. What'd you say?
No, NFL championship.
You said you didn't want to say what?
You said it 3 times.
You think I'm in school with Colin? You're not gonna get me caught up, bro.
We already got 2 out of them. I'm just trying to get him to say it one more time.
One more again.
Nope.
He's gonna be like the green football team.
The green.
No, I already said Philadelphia football team. But listen, you're not in my division. I have nothing to say with you, and I think we live in solidarity right now because we play the Cowboys this week. So you know,
yes,
yeah, do us a favor. Please.
Yes.
So we none of us on this like the Cow. Well, Rodney, who knows?
If they beat y'all, then that might put us out because I know we got to win out.
Well, again, I don't care about you guys at all, but
you
I just don't like losing games.
No, so. But you should care what we're going to say to you if you lose to the Cowboys.
Well, anybody in the NFC East can still win a division, right?
Yeah,
I think he's saying that the Cowboys.
The Cowboys and the Redskins got us by 2 games, but we play them each one time, and
everybody got to lose. Yeah.
How many games do you have left? 3.
3.
Even this late,
we got to win out.
So we got to win out. I think Washington needs to lose 1, and then we got to beat them.
Yeah.
And Cowboys need us all to lose all 3. I think Washington wins 2, they're in. So I don't think the Giants are done. I think the Giants might be done. They might have the same fate as the Cowboys. Washington needs to lose 3. It's not possible because we play Washington.
Yeah, we play Washington, and Washington plays somebody great this week.
Yeah, they play Seattle.
Or Seattle or something?
Yeah.
All right,
So
well, here's the thing, Rod. Let me break it down for you. Philadelphia's their magic number is 3, and they need help. So it's not happening.
It's not possible. It's not impossible. We got Jalen Hurts. The second coming of Michael. Oh no, I would say McNabb. He ain't Michael Vick.
Whoa, I guess we're not leaving the NFL because Dietrich's firing on the Raiders now.
Hold on, real quick.
Yo,
I didn't see Dietrich's comment down there.
Well, it just came in. What were you saying, Trey?
Today?
Does Wentz get his job back? You think?
Nah, I think they trade Wentz.
Yes, I think he's had his last snap as an Eagle.
I think Wentz got a better chance of playing than James Harden, But at the same time, when you see the writing on the wall, you gotta go ahead and shake out the cobwebs, man, and see who wants them. And I believe he'll end up in Indianapolis with Frank Reich. If they'll help him with that contract, Eagles say we'll pay this year. You take the rest off our books. You can have him for a cup of coffee and some Skittles.
Thank you.
Hey man, don't talk about Cleveland Brown Jr. like that.
Wow.
I don't think I want to play for the Rockets anymore, Dad.
Well, son, you don't really have to if you don't want to. Superstars run the NBA.
Well, let's not stop here. Rodney got called out, and it's still quiet according to
Raiders.
So,
Okay,
Raiders
so
play tonight. They might cancel the game.
we can still get in there with a Baltimore and a Miami loss. We good.
oh, you have the same problem as them. You have to win out, and you need help.
Well, we have to win out if they don't lose any games, but we play Miami this week, so you know.
So you control your own destiny. So your magic number is 3.
Pretty much.
Who plays tonight?
We've already beat Cleveland. We've already beat. We lost to Buffalo, but
We beat Kansas City.
Beat
Wait,
Kansas
isn't
City.
Cleveland like 9-4?
Yes, and one of
What's
those
your record?
losses to the Raiders.
What's
They're
your record?
9-3.
Raiders and Chargers play today.
Raiders are.
Oh, my quarterback plays for my fantasy team. Oh boy,
7-6 or 7-5. One of those.
Justin Herbert.
The Raiders
Oh,
are 7-6. Raiders are 7-6.
the Browns are 9-4. Oh boy, it's getting crucial.
So
Okay.
if we win these last 3 games and somebody loses, we're in. And one of them will lose. I'm not worried about that part.
I think the Chargers are going to win tonight.
I don't think so.
Who the Chargers play?
Raiders.
They play Raiders tonight.
I might watch that one.
They're on short week.
That one.
The Chargers are playing for Anthony Lynn's job tonight.
Yes.
Well, if that's the case, then Rodney, you know how I feel about Anthony Lynn. I'm sorry. I'm
I
going.
love him. I love him too. But Anthony, you know what? We got some nice parting gifts for you over there by Vanna White.
Going fishing.
That's what you're doing? Oh yeah.
We're gonna walk you around that curtain over there.
So since you got those jokes, Rod, I take those personally. I'm wishing for all losses for the rest of the season for the Raiders.
Hey,
I'm hoping they fire you as a fan after
when
that.
it comes to my team, hey man, you know what? It didn't
You
happen.
talk about sabotage. You had the Retrumplicans puncture Tyrod Taylor's lung and doom Anthony Lynn's season, and you sit up here giving him parting gifts.
I don't want it to be that way, but you know, you make me choose. Between
Dietrich was clarifying 7-7 after tonight. Okay, that means a loss to the Chargers. Boy,
Not
Dietrich,
gonna happen.
not your friend.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have a feeling that the Chargers are better than the Raiders. So
Did the Chargers just squeak one out? Like game-winning field goal? Or did
Last week, yeah, to
they
somebody.
squeak one out, right?
I think so.
So I think they got a little momentum. They feel like they pulling together now.
well, they've been in every game. And if not every game, then they've been in 12 of the 13.
Yeah, they don't get blown out.
Yeah.
They give it away.
Yeah, every game is like a field goal game for them.
Rodney, if you face the window, you'd be a lot brighter. All I see is a shadow and some teeth.
Man, I've tried to face every direction in this
No,
house.
you got to put the window in front of you. The window behind you what makes you darker.
It's not getting anything. I
you
went
got
that way first.
Oh, then you got to open the blinds. Let the sunlight be
It's
your
the
light.
camera.
There you go. I can almost see Howard.
It's this camera, man.
The camera like darkness. This new darkness camera.
Are you on Zaire's Chromebook?
No matter what.
No,
You show. Now, if your blinds are open
I'm on Rod's laptop.
and you open the blinds as open they are, you open the blinds as bright as they can. Dang, you still black.
Look at AC directed traffic.
You must be a vampire or something. Like
Yeah, man.
the new vampire camera. You won't see you no matter what light you got.
Even
You gotta be out.
Yeah.
Well, take the tape off the camera. That's a piece of tape on.
Hey, turn the Christmas tree on. Maybe that'll help.
That's gonna make it darker. I can see the shine at the top of your head and your teeth. That's it.
It's like
nothing's working right now.
26 a.m.
All right, we gotta get you. We're gonna chip in, and a Secret Santa gonna give you a ring light for your laptop.
There you go.
For the Collective Podcast gift giving season.
Yeah, I'm starting to go fund me for a Surface Pro.
Man, you should be able to use the front camera on your laptop using that old Nextel. You got a Nextel laptop with a chirp on it.
Hey man, you got a gang of kids in the house. You know, you just get what's left.
Well, you said use Zaires Chromebook. They giving them out.
Everybody got a good one except me.
Hey, Tom. Speaking of Nextels, remember we got ours? And we went to the Beverly Center.
Thought y'all was doing it.
He was on one side of the mall.
We were like, watch this. Absolutely.
Hey, it's a fine breezy. It's a fine breezy over here at the Gap.
He was at Bullock's and I was at the other side at Broadway.
Hey, they got jeans at $23.99, baby. Like Levi, permanent press.
Every time.
Ain't even got to iron them joints.
Yeah.
And then we were unstoppable when they came out with the extended battery.
Right.
Oh man.
Hey man, he really messing with my team today.
Raiders always lose every must-win game, and 4 defensive starters are out.
Well, we're still in the hunt.
And he's chuckling. Oh, that was a shot at us by saying he's still in the hunt.
We're still in the hunt. I know that's your fellow comrade over there, but he messing with me, man. So you kind of just getting caught in the crossfire.
I got you.
All you gotta do is be in the hunt. Just don't be eliminated. That's the worst meme to see. Eliminated, and it's a picture of your team.
Yeah.
At that moment, you gotta just chalk it up.
All right.
Mathematically out of it.
Out of it. Right.
That's the
Wow.
But 3 games ago, it's like who want to play now? Practice squad kids. You guys are getting elevated this week. Julio Jones, we know you ain't playing. Who else? All you fantasy football guys. I'm like, this is crucial, man. Julio Jones be killing me, man.
Man, Julio played maybe 5 games for me the whole season.
This dude, man.
With no touchdowns.
None. He don't be sniffing the end zone. Even Alshon Jeffrey scored this year.
He get him to the 2 every series.
You see him, Trey? Alshon got a touchdown he didn't want. Jalen put it on him so tough he had to catch it. He like, you throw it to me, I got the best corner on me in the league, and you gonna throw me a now route behind the back shoulder fade? He was like, oh, touchdown. I'm sorry, Marshawn Lattimore. I didn't mean to score on you, man.
Yeah. All right. So you mentioned being eliminated. Well, you've been effectively eliminated for 17 straight seasons, buddy. Just remember that, Rod.
Dang.
January 26, 2003, and that was a thrashing.
We were in the playoffs just a few
I'm talking about the playoffs.
Talking
about the show.
The show? Oh, that's still a petty post. That's a petty post. Oh my God. He went and got the date.
Well, some teams haven't been at all. So
hey, he had to do some research. I think
are there teams that haven't been at all?
I'm trying to think where I was.
Haven't been at all, so I'll take that.
Where was I?
But don't you guys have a commitment to excellence?
Damn.
We do, but we had to wait for some things to happen. God rest Al Davis' soul, but he went
back so far. 2003. I think we were still using Britannica encyclopedias.
The internet just came to something big.
I was at that Super Bowl.
This web is awesome.
It was wow. Mm-hmm.
Man, petty post of the day. Raiders ain't been to the dance since 2003.
Yeah,
that was who was first. That was LeBron James' first year. What was that? LeBron James' first year?
Wow.
The last time the Raiders went to the Super Bowl.
That's all right. We trending up. We're going up.
We trending.
7-6, trending up. All right. Well, anyway, thanks for clarifying that. All right. So I don't care about fantasy football, Dietrich. I know y'all do, but we're just talking about what these teams are going to do. But I'll still give Dietrich that. Okay. He's going against him. Boom, boom. All right. Moving on from that. So
I don't know if you said welcome to the podcast or episodes and all that. Did you say that at the beginning?
Yeah, I said it pretty early when Rodney was hailing us from the space station. So, but I'll say it again. Welcome to episode 41 live of the Collective Podcast. I am AC from LA. To my immediate left is Trey Hop. Below Trey Hop is Rodney Saucier Sr. And to Rodney's right is our main man, our main guest host, Anthony Cobbs, AC Sports Live, aka T Cobbs. What up, fellas? How's everybody?
Oh, good.
You didn't come here rapping like 2 Chainz today. What's up with that?
I'm waiting for the bars, man. Everybody else got bars.
Wow. You know what, Rodney? You distracted me.
I didn't hear you sound like Young Thug. What's going on?
He looked like Def Jeff though.
So your screen looked like Galactica when you came on, so I got a little distracted. I'm like, is it asteroids? Is it Galaxian? Is it Galactica? But yeah, it's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a podcast to step to. Think of how many podcasts you slept through. Time's up. I'm sorry I kept you. Episode 41 live. What up, what up, what up?
That is not you. That is Rakim.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, this guy is literally the father of rap. Rodney is literally the father of rap, and he's talking about 2 Chainz.
Yo, Rodney, man, what they say back in the day when someone bit your style, son? That's a sucker MC, right?
They say what you say when they say you weren't fresh?
You biting.
You biting.
What do they say now?
Did hip hop start out in Queens?
Oh, he's spitting fire now. He sounds just like Rick. He sounds just like Drake. He's spitting.
Yeah.
They sing now. They sing through auto-tune.
Yeah, he sounds just like so-and-so. He's fire. Like, no, you're supposed to diss that dude that sounds like somebody else. And he's using somebody else's lines. No, that's fire. That's what you do. I was like, I told my kids the other day, everybody that we grew up with had different sounds. And if you sounded like somebody else, you was getting clowned. That's it. The Brat came out trying to be like Snoop, and we was like, the Brat, oh, she's garbage. She's trying to sound like Snoop. That was what you didn't do back in the day. But I give it to you, Def Jeff. You got your own twang. You sound different than Rakim. You're just using his lines. I get it. Don't let him hear you though. He can be like, "Yo, son."
This guy right here.
Hey, a little off topic, right quick.
Oh, we love being off topic.
A friend of mine just sent me this text message. She has her own clothing line. Would y'all rock that? She wanted some feedback.
I'll let you go first, AC.
Yes, I would.
Yes, you would.
Afro pick fist on with the American flag going down.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Just like because black folks use the comb with the and I'm assuming that you say
we have used those combs in our history.
Yeah.
I have a few in my house. Yeah.
That we're starting to matter, and Black Lives Matter, and America now, and so forth and so on. I'm assuming that's what she's trying to get across.
Yeah.
She just said, "Can you give me some feedback? Would you wear it?" So I was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna ask 4 people."
Legal hustle. You go first. I want to hear what you say.
You want to see it again?
No, I mean, I think the design. I saw it. It's a white hoodie with a pick, and the pick with the fist, with the American flag. Listen, I'm not really one to wear. Nope, I can't say it like that.
You're gonna get canceled before you get
exactly.
Before we get
you don't wear the flag.
get canceled. You said the wrong thing about the flag. He about to get Kaepernick on his own podcast.
If I would change anything, I would probably make it a black hoodie with a red, black, and green flag pick.
Listen, I don't wear a lot of Team USA gear. There it is.
Hey.
They're coming for you.
I did try to use a pick when I was little. It didn't work, but I had plenty of picks. Yeah, I don't know, Trey. I would like to know the messaging behind it. Now, if it's just it's a design and you're supposed to come to your own conclusions about the message, I think that's interesting. But I like to know the messaging behind the art and artwork. So just off the top, I don't know, but I'll say this. I would definitely wear a Legal Hustle hoodie, and I generally wear those.
There you go. There you go. Get back to your
wear Legal Hustle t-shirts.
Get back to your product.
I haven't even ordered the mask and the hat yet, but I'm gonna go do that next week. So hopefully by episode 43, I'll have the hat and the mask to show you guys. But I think it's a nice design. I would really like to know the messaging behind the artwork.
Okay, I'm gonna text that over. Go ahead, Kyle.
I think I'm kind of with AC on this one. Is like I need to know the artist's interpretation before I make my own, because I don't want to lose it in translation. And that's where I do it when I used to teach graphic arts, is when you have something that's that powerful, the message cannot be misconstrued or flipped. So that'd be like having a Black Lives Matter sweater with an American flag in the background. I just need to kind of like, because for so long, the last 4 years, the American flag has been a symbol of racism. So until the American flag gets his credibility back, it'll be hard for me to rock a red, white, and blue American flag. Maybe a red, black, and green one, or a black and white one, where there's a little undertone of what's really happening, and that America got some stuff they need to handle. And it's just right now in this climate, I think Rod said it best: a black hoodie with a red, black, and green pick with a red, black, and green flag, because the flag being pointed downward, you can take that a certain way too. That it's not the right way, it's down on that symbol. So it's like all these different little symbols and messages that could be interpreted. You want to make sure the right message is being portrayed. So maybe a slogan at the bottom, that what it's about. I'd rock it because it's by a Black designer. I support. I just want to make sure I know where she's coming from, so I wouldn't be saying the wrong things out there. So, it's that time of the year, that's this time of the century, where we got to get our messages pretty straightforward. Otherwise, they get hijacked by the wrong people. Ask Colin Kaepernick.
Gotcha. Well, thanks, y'all, because I'm gonna send it right back to her. And I texted over to my brother too. He said he can't come on. He's getting some lab work done right now, AC. But his response to it, he was just straight out. He said, nothing with American flag on it right now.
Right now. It's hard.
Yeah. So
not yet.
Yeah, I got you.
Jimmy Hansu said, not yet.
Yeah.
Dang. Unfortunately, you tricked him. You told him we could only see his teeth and his forehead, but we can actually see him looking down at his phone.
He's there.
Not paying attention. So, Rodney, what are your thoughts?
He already said it, didn't
he? Yeah, he said it already.
Yeah, he said black and red, rainbow. He was X-Playing on that bad boy.
He
said Van Glory.
He said X-Play.
This is protected by
the red,
the black, and the green. With the key. Abracadabra.
If you don't get any bigger.
All hell fucking less.
Hey, we used to bump that in the brown truck, AC.
Oh yeah.
Man.
It's Suzu Pup. It's 1984 style.
If you didn't bump it, you can't get down with us. If you didn't bump X-Clan in what year was that? 1991? 1992.
Yeah.
Oh, we thought pro-black brothers.
Yeah, man.
We didn't know what they were talking about. We was just down.
I think I wore a sundial on my wrist, and I got it from Fossil. And I'm looking back on it, Fossil shouldn't have gotten that money for an African sundial, right? But it was dope.
Oh man, I took my mama's clock off the kitchen wall and was wearing a clock to school. I was wearing a big old kitchen clock to school with my Georgetown starter jacket and my red, black, and green medallion. I was so commercial.
Georgetown starter jacket. Shout out to Eric Hopson.
Oh God,
the biggest Georgetown fan, especially the biggest Georgetown fan that's actually a Bruin for sure.
Oh man, if I could hoop, if I could hoop, I was going to Georgetown.
Eric.
One game.
Yeah, it was Georgetown, UConn, right?
Yep.
And he was out there, and he heard on the radio they were talking about this kid, Allen Iverson, and he was out there. He was like, "Let's just go to the game." And they went to the game, and he called me afterwards and was like, "Oh my God, Trey, there's this kid. He's awesome, and he wears number 3."
So let me just give you guys some background on that. So Eric is Trey's brother, and I have a journalism background. A lot of you guys know that. Some of you don't. So at the time, I was a sports editor. Well, I guess I still am. Sports editor for this wire service called HD Star One News. And I wanted to have a civilian perspective, if you will, on that Georgetown UConn game. And so when Eric asked me if I could get him into the game, it was easy to get him in, but it was just a matter of coming up with an actual assignment for him. And so I came up with the assignment and got the piece from him, and that was good stuff. So that's a memory that he'll always have, the Allen Iverson, Ray Allen game. And, with Allen Iverson being a freshman, after all that Allen Iverson went through, from that bowling alley crap, all that racism.
He beat the whole bowling alley by himself.
Yeah. After getting.
So I've asked that question on Facebook. Everyone who had a starter jacket, what did you have and what?
I still got a starter jacket that I rock.
That's old school. I had a white Georgetown jacket.
Okay, white was unique. Everyone didn't have that one. Most people had the gray or
I had the white one. I thought I was doing the something with that white one, boy.
Yeah, you were killing it. I had a white Sixers.
I wear it to the Laker games.
I'm about to get another one.
It's black on one side and purple on the other side. It's the reversible starter.
Oh, wow.
And I still rock that to the games.
Yes, fancy.
Hey, see, I know you have one with that Turkish rope you had.
What
color was yours and what team?
Hey, so check it out.
So you get a 49ers one.
It can't be lost on us that Trey is flexing on us again.
Oh, stop.
But no, listen, my parents bought me a starter jacket, and I'm gonna tell you, my parents didn't have a lot of money, so to get that starter jacket was just amazing. They didn't ask me like what team I wanted, and you couldn't order a starter jacket online back then. It wasn't in anybody's catalog or anything, so I'm not even sure how they got it. But I know it was real. It was authentic, and you won't believe it. It was a Miami Dolphins starter. And so it was the Miami turquoise, whatever that color is called. And then the inside of it was white. And it never made me a Dolphins fan. Like I didn't like them at all, but I did love and cherish my jacket. I don't know why it wasn't a 49ers win, Trey. I'm glad it wasn't Raiders or, Rams or anything crazy like that. But yeah, it was Dolphins. And the starter jacket, they were NFL jackets before they even had the NBA ones. So I imagine that's why it didn't wind up being a Laker one. But yeah, it was Dolphins. That's the only one that I had. And then even when they changed them in like 92 and they made them like bulkier and gave them hoods, I didn't have one then. But I know that there were a lot of like Raiders ones then and San Jose Sharks and all of that like floating through LA.
And no one really had. You went out fresh.
Rodney, aren't your cows moving a little late in the day?
I'm like, wait a minute.
That's not me.
Who's out there milking the cows right now?
So they're doing some work at my housing complex. So let me find somewhere else. I'm gonna have to go to the wife's jewelry room and this dude is right on my garage. He's right on top of my garage.
Okay.
Hey, I thought that was coming from Rod.
I thought Rodney's cows were acting up again. Rodney's cows.
Rod.
What up, young Rod?
All right, Rod. You see how I'm turning lights on? This is how it works. You open. I'm in my wife's.
It's funny. We got every light on in the house, and Ken.
Wait, are those bundles on the wall?
My wife's jewelry room, man. She gonna be mad. I'm in here.
Yeah, but on your right, are those bundles?
What do you mean bundles?
No,
Hair bundles.
no, that's
this is jewelry. This is jewelry.
Everything all around. Okay.
Yeah, she has a straight store. See, this is what you do. You sacrifice for your family. This used to be the man cave.
Okay.
This is now the jewelry store.
You got evicted.
I got put out.
It's fine.
How can you look on their store?
Joy the Jeweler. Send your wife, send your girl, send your auntie. $5 jewelry. Women be on here be going hard. I can't explain it, man. She be in here and they be just buying stuff. You know how you make money when you're sleeping. She wake up and she got 100 orders because she has a Shopify, which is called. They have like an online store and she has her Facebook page. So women be going on here going hard, just spend $100 and come back the next day and buying jewelry they only wear once. So it's a great little business. I'm proud of her. I went on there a few times and sold some stuff, and I actually sold the men's line. So the cats was buying up the bracelets and then the necklaces. So, you know, accessorize, man. I ain't mad at her. But I'm mad I got my man cave revoked. I want my spot back. Got me in the garage with the trash can smelling up.
So it's like joythejeweler.com? That's her.
Joy the Jeweler on Facebook and I want to say .com. She has her own.
Is she on Instagram at all?
Yeah.
Joy the Jeweler on that too?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you see my wife on there. I'll send you a link.
Okay. Because I'm gonna have my wife check it out and then.
Oh yeah, she does shows and people having her come to like proms and weddings and stuff, and she'll come accessorize the whole party.
Oh, sweet.
You know, so right now it's just all online because she ain't trying to go nowhere with the COVID.
Right. Yeah. Because
yeah, she got the whole room set, like the whole. I used to have all this area was all football helmets and basketball jerseys, and she was like, you ain't making no money. Let me get that room about you.
Yeah. That's starting to be what our rooms look like. My wife and her online store.
Yeah. What did she sell?
Fitness apparel.
Oh shoot, we need that. Mine smell like spit. I need some fitness apparel.
It's all women right now. It's the sun.
Oh, Rodney is still wearing women's. Is that Rodney? Rodney wear the women's tank tops like 50 cents. Accentuate your pecs. Get swole with Rod.
That's only on Mondays.
But he does it. He admitted to it. I appreciate that.
Only on Mondays. Sugar Daddy on Tuesdays.
Baby hair on Fridays.
Since we're promoting, let me go do this real quick.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So this is my fiance, Custom Units. Her ready-to-wear wigs, her 100% raw human hair. She colors and styles the wigs before they get shipped to you. And she does maintenance on them.
That's an awesome business.
And on that second picture, that's my wife and sister-in-law. And
oh yeah, happy client.
Her biggest supporters. They wear her wigs every day.
I think I know too much about what women put on. I know too much about wigs. I know too much about weaves. I know about eyelashes now. I'm in the wrong business.
See, that's why Trey always smiling, because he think he was somebody different every day. Every time.
Every day. He's like, who you want me to be today? Exactly.
Hey, man, I know too much.
Yeah.
So, Instagram, custom_units with a Z. Custom_units with a Z.
I feel privileged because I can recognize a unit too. I can recognize a lace front from a mile away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at him. He said he can recognize a unit. And then he said, "Let's
unit,
go ahead, Cobbs."
Oh, I can cut weaves out too.
Exactly.
I can get in there and find out where your hair start and the hair stop. I know how to get there and get them little threads, snip them, and the whole thing fall out.
What an invaluable partner he is to Mrs. Cobbs.
Oh man, when it's time to take the braids down for my daughter, I know how to cut the edges off and unravel it so her hair can be out. I'm valuable in the house.
And before you gotta
earn your keep.
Before you cut them, they come 36 inches, right?
You said gotta earn your keep.
Gotta earn your keep. You can't live there for free.
You gotta do something.
You gotta do something.
Just weave down. Hey, I'm gonna learn how to cornrow next. I'm gonna be cornrolling. I'm gonna be.
I helped answer dietitian questions last night. I was trying to earn mine.
Earn your keep.
Yeah.
I used to cut hair, so I know how to get in somebody's head. I used to be a barber for 15 years, so I know how to get in the head.
Yeah.
All right, man.
That was college book money for me.
Oh man, I used to get shipped.
Up.
I used to be. They used to bring me in the USC football team haircut day before the games. Willie McGinnis used to bring me up to SC, and I cut up the whole team.
Wow.
Bree jumped in and said, "Earn your key, huh?"
Earn your keep. Can't live for free.
This is monumental. This is her first time replying ever.
Now we're talking about something you want to talk about. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, let me give this.
Hey, you want to buy some jewelry, Rihanna?
We're gonna have to make one show to include all of
I got earrings. I got necklaces. I got wood pieces, metal pieces, bronze. Look at these. These five right here. For the $5 jewelry right there. $5 come with earrings. Necklaces come with earrings. Hook your boy. Hit it up.
Hey, Tone, you might as well go ahead and post all the Instagrams for all of them.
Yeah, I will. I
There
will.
you go.
I'm actually gonna pin that. I'll pin it to the top.
Earn your keep. The loving ain't free.
See, AC, you're gonna have to be a wig model now. You're gonna have to get out there. You have to get out there and shake a little bit.
This lace front right here.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to shake it a little bit.
Luckily, there are two daughters in this house that are ready. Well, yeah, 2 daughters in this house that are ready and willing to do all types of modeling. So I won't have to. And then she's got a family full of women that can help her out. So I don't have to do that. I do other things.
That's what the kids said. But
I do other things for the cause. All right, so check it. Like what do you guys think about the Major League Baseball bringing the Negro Leagues in?
Are they really going to honor it? Is it just talk, or are they actually going to put it in the record books that Josh Gibson is the hitting champion? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think there'll be a problem. They're going to put an asterisk by it. They're not going to totally just remove white people from the record books. Negro, they're going to keep their records. They might just acknowledge them. It's like saying Warren Moon's yards in the CFL don't count towards his Hall of Fame numbers, but we'll accept them because he did throw them in the professional ranks. So Josh Gibson gets to have the Negro League title, and we'll put it in the Hall of Fame next to Ted Williams. I don't think they're going to take away what they already have in their record books.
Right. And they're still going to consider every other league except Major League Baseball inferior.
Mm-hmm. It'll just be on the wall. They ain't gonna take that.
There's too many older generation people who call the shots for baseball, who will never.
Oh man,
who will never accept that change.
Well, Rodney, you survived those eras, so why don't you talk to your detractors and see if you can get them to turn?
He knows. He knows.
I would have to send you, since you are much more their peer than I am.
He played with Ted Williams.
You know, you were the ones battling them against across the lunch counter. So after those formal apologies in front of Congress, maybe you can get them to change on this one.
And the Greensboro 4.
So all right. So let's say this. So I don't have much to say if that's the case, but let's say it's not the case. Let's say they do incorporate those records forthwith. What do you guys think about it? Because they say they are, but that doesn't mean they will. Let's just see. But if they do, what do you guys think about it? How monumental is this?
I think if the social justice climate wasn't what it was, we would have never seen this.
Right.
So I just think that they just feel a little bit of pressure. They want to be on the right side of history. So they're doing small gestures here and there to appease us in that, we're not the racist organization as we appear to be. We're going to include the records from the Negro Leagues. How about that? Are you happy? Are you happy now? So I just think, I'll take it. Just like them putting Black Lives Matter on the court. I'll take it. Put a Black Lives sticker on the back of my helmet. Okay, that's cool. Right. But are we going to get some real world action?
Yeah, that's what. Why has it taken so long for us to matter? You know what I mean?
You got to ask.
So that's the thing. I'm never at odds with that thought process. Like I said, it is well overdue. However, I'm also the one that feels, and I'm not saying I'm the one, but I am one that feels that
You're
when
Neo.
we get to a point,
Neo, you're the one.
oh yeah, when we get to a point where something happens, if it is warranted, then I'm not going to disregard it, because I do believe this is well past due and warranted. And I think it does more than just put the Negro Leaguers in the record books. I think it opens something else up, and we're talking about some of them are already in the Hall of Fame, but most of them are not. And I think that now you're going to have to take another look at that. Well, they will have to take another look at that and say, okay, now that they're major leaguers, we didn't make them eligible when they were major leaguers because they weren't. So they're just now eligible. So even though they're all going to be awarded the Hall of Fame posthumously, I think it needs to happen. And I think it will for the greatest ones that had the greatest impact in the Negro Leagues. And I think that they are now recognizing, and again, it's 100 years overdue. But Rodney's been fighting for it for the second half of his life. So we appreciate that.
Make some good trouble.
It's right, him and John Lewis, right? The thing is, it matters. It's important to me. It matters. It's important. And it's not enough, but I think that it's going to be a game changer for baseball, especially if they do actually put those records in and just say, okay, Ted Williams is now second in modern day baseball.
But that's going to be to you. You'll say he's second. They're not going to say he's better or has more. They'll always put it separate. Like Jimmy Mack is saying, it's going to be separate. They ain't going to say he was the number one. They're going to always keep it separate. I don't think they'll ever replace.
So, okay. And I hear you. And I'm saying the problem that I've always had with it, and I think they're recognizing now, maybe not, you guys could be completely right, is that while you say Josh Gibson didn't face whoever it was back then, well, they also didn't face Josh Gibson. So that's always been my argument. And I think that if they really do take that into account, then there's really no argument. Like it is what it is. But I do, you guys are probably right. I'm just hoping that you're not.
It's kind of like us saying
Wait, somebody said Mookie.
Who said Mookie? Before you did. There you go. Before you said it, Mookie.
There will be no more Mookie Betts. It's just Mookie.
They would just say it's like saying Elvis is better than Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? It's like they're not going to give up that, Elvis did this, and that. So they can have it in their minds. They're going to always be the greatest of certain things. They still think Rocky Marciano was the greatest of all time because he's undefeated. I don't even know Rocky Marciano's whole career was led by the mob. It's just for us, it's validation of something we already knew. We always said, well, Josh Gibson would have did this, and that. And Satchel Paige would have been, this, and he was before Sandy Koufax. There was Satchel Paige. So we have our beliefs and our, people we cheered for. And I think it's cool that they are finally recognizing it. It's just right now they're going to kind of admit it at this point, just a little bit. Now, when they start coming out saying statements that we've done the game a disservice. The best home run hitter to ever walk the earth was Josh Gibson. The best pitcher to ever walk the earth was Satchel Paige. We've deprived the world of the truth. They're not going to say stuff like that. It's just going to be what it is. Mookie Betts. That's all you need to know.
I got you. Hey, really quickly, Rod, I've been to the field in Birmingham, or the area where the field was, where the Birmingham Black Barons played. What was it like back then? Like in the barnstorming days, what was it like to actually be there for those baseball games? Tell me about that.
You sit in the back.
Well, from the stories you gave me before,
you guys make the white people sit in the back.
Before you had dementia, the stories you gave me were that you guys did a lot of gambling on the side.
When you face Satchel Paige, how tough was he to hit off of?
Yeah.
So
did he really run you out of baseball?
The Negro
But
League.
I'm curious to see how the media is going to talk about these things when they're doing play-by-play for baseball, because it has to come up. And you can pretty much understand how it's going to be from that opening week when they first really start to play and they start to mention this particular topic and how they go forward. Are they going to say, hey, this person is threatening, this person's hitting record? Or are they going to still say that person, meaning Ted Williams? When you start to hear how they introduce things, then you'll know how it's going to go. And you know that if they don't say Ted Williams, if they don't say Babe Ruth, they're going to get a lot of pushback. A lot.
Yep.
To the point where they probably will just either try not to talk about it as much as possible or find some creative way to discredit Josh Gibson or Satchel Paige.
I got you. I want to go back to this real quick. So we already talked about this. Jimmy's point that it'll be separate types of records, and Anthony, like he said, like the ABA and the NBA, and Anthony agreed.
Yeah.
David Smoot joined us. So what's up, Smoot? And he agreed with Jimmy. I didn't want to just post his post without giving reference to what it was, without referencing the origin. So it was in response to this post. All right. So what's up, Smoot? Smoot is a longtime viewer, longtime listener. Thanks for checking us out once again. All right. So, all right. Well, that's what's up. So I hope we're all pleasantly surprised when we see that Josh Gibson is the batting champion.
And has anyone said how they're going to show it? Like, how are they going to incorporate that in the Hall of Fame, or how are they going to incorporate it on the record books? Are they going to, what I'm saying? Have they ever expressed how they're going to show that out?
So let me go ahead, Rod.
No, I was saying I haven't seen where they said they were going to do that. I just heard them say they were going to include the stats, but
that's in the books, not in the actual.
Well, I think so. So the stats, but also let's remember that they are now saying that the Negro Leaguers are or were major leaguers. That's why I'm so confident that we won't have the asterisks, and because they're not saying that the ABAers were NBAers. They're saying that those were two different leagues because they were, and then the merger became the modern day NBA. You had the NFL and the AFL, and then the merger became the modern day NFL. There was no merger for this. You had Negro leagues and you had Major League Baseball, and the Negro and the blacks were kept out of it. The Browns were kept out of it. So you're now saying that was a major league also. And so because they're calling them major leagues, I think it's going to be very difficult for them to keep them out. Now, of course, they do all kinds of crazy things, but I just, we'll see. But to your point, Anthony, the press release I saw wasn't from Major League Baseball, so it could have just been speculation. So I don't know if there's been an announcement about how they're going to do it.
Well, just like you try to discredit the Eagles championships,
Never done that.
They're not Super Bowls.
You guys won in 2018.
We won 3 championships before the Super Bowl was even called the Super Bowl. The NFL championship 3 times. It is not credited because of before the Super Bowl era, but they were still NFL championships.
And Rodney won cooking championships way before there was actually running water and an actual stove. But what does that matter? Like,
it's just saying though. Are you going to count them? It's in your own opinion whether you count them or not. I don't think Trump supporters are going to count the Negro League stats. You know what I'm saying? People that are not for this gesture are going to discredit everything we say. So if a broadcaster, say a network, wants to promote it, I can see some pushback by those who don't want it and will say, "Nah, they didn't play against the same caliber talent. Nah, we're not
better talent, you fools."
Yeah, they're not going to take that. They're not going to accept that. So it does come back to the fans' perception. But,
all right.
You didn't want to accept the Eagles championship. You still don't. Just put yourself in the footsteps of those in the white baseball historical perspective. They're not going to want to accept some of these stats.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. So this is from the commissioner of baseball, Rob Manfred. This is yesterday. All of us who love baseball have long known that the Negro Leagues produced many of our game's best players, innovations, and triumphs against a backdrop of injustice. Rob Manfred, the commissioner of Major League Baseball, said in a statement, "We are now grateful to count the players of the Negro Leagues where they belong, as major leaguers within the official historical record." So, yep, I hear you. It's all about perception. It's going to be about the perception of the viewer, the perception of the reader. It'll be in the eye of the beholder. But officially,
that actually just says that they're recognizing them as pros. That is not saying they're going to accept their records. So I still want to see what they're going to do. I'm going to watch.
Well, because he mentioned within the official historical record, they are major leaguers, and so their records are going to count on the record.
They can backtrack on that. You read it again. He says we're going to count their league as major leaguers. He didn't say we're going to count their records. We're going to put it on the record that we're saying they're pros. They're going to backtrack. Watch them. I don't trust them. I want to see. I want to see what they're going to do.
I'm saying how it should be written, but they will find a loophole in that.
He said a very general statement. I appreciate the attempt, but I see what he did right there. The record does not mean their records. For the record, they're pros. That's what I was saying. Oh, you got to watch him, man. I don't trust him, man.
So Bob Kendrick almost came on, but, things happened and Bob Kendrick didn't come on. But this is what Bob Kendrick had to say. Bob Kendrick is president of the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. And he said it gives greater context to the Negro Leagues in a quantifiable way, as opposed to the lore and legend that sometimes drives this story, Kendrick said of the changes. But I can tell you this, for those who called the Negro Leagues home, they never questioned their own validity. Obviously.
They don't care.
But yeah, we will see what happens with this. I'm
intrigued.
Hopefully optimistic. And I'm generally a big skeptic when it comes to things like this, but and I'll find exactly what pushed me over the edge yesterday. I don't know which piece it was, but there was the speculation, and then there was also the official word from Major League Baseball that led me to believe this was real. Okay, Brianna, I will. That led me to believe this was real. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right. Mookie Betts is going to be in there, huh?
Well, here's the thing.
He gets serious about Mookie. Hey.
Listen,
talking about Mookie.
Baseball has never been more competitive than it is right now. And this guy is going to be in the conversation as GOAT when all is said and done. He'll be in the conversation. So, and he'll be the player of this era to be in the conversation. It won't be Rodney's former student, Michael Thelonious Trout. So just want to.
And so you ever met Mookie in person?
He saw his aura.
No, I had to think about it. No, I have not. I have not met Mookie.
I was in the same building and I saw him from across the room.
Yeah, what would that conversation be if you were out and he just walked right in front of you and was like, "Hey, what's up, man?"
Mook.
Well, I mean, you know who I am, and you know all the players that I've dealt with in the past. Being
Mookie.
Yeah, you've met Barack Obama, you've met Michael Jordan, but when I meet Mookie, I'm gonna be starstruck.
I know. Here's the thing. But look at this. So Magic,
Mookie, you just
Kobe, Kareem, Worthy. I've actually hung out with Michael Cooper, hung out with Dave Stewart, been there with Tony Gwynn during the World Series. I don't get starstruck. I would say that Mookie is probably one of two baseball players that I watched play that I would like to meet. Now, Ricky Henderson is my favorite player of all time. And Ricky Henderson will probably spit on me I'm just kidding. Ricky Henderson is someone that I never met and I would like to meet, even though he's not considered to be a very personable person. But if I met him,
you want to meet Ricky. I
would not be starstruck. The Mookie factor, no, I'm like, that's going to happen because I'm still a sports writer. I just haven't done anything in a while.
You're going to be just like Coming to America at the bathroom scene. Oh my goodness. It is you.
The Kobe moment was really special because when I met Kobe, it was actually in men's gym at UCLA. So it was before he'd even played.
17-year-old Kobe was a punk. I didn't like Madden. I got treatment with Kareem in the training room. I'm like, man, you the GOAT. He like, get out of here. Get out of my face. Scrub.
You tell him, Brianna. You tell him, Brianna. You already know.
If Mookie ain't have a mask on, AC can't rush with him. He gonna give him a hug and a kiss with no mask on.
Nah, man.
Mookie, whatever you got, I'll take it. If you got the coronavirus, if you got H1N1.
I'm surprised AC ain't got a mask on doing the podcast.
Nah, I already know. But check it out. I'm supposed to go to Vegas later on today to go meet in person my business coach. And his name is
Mookie Betts.
His name is Derek Harper Sr. And listen, you got to have on a mask. Like, I'm going to this thing and I'm going to have on a mask. I'm going up to Vegas just to meet him, right? Because we have conversations. He is coaching me through my business, but the mask thing is important. I don't care who you are. Ask Brianna's family. I went over there on Thanksgiving to drop Kayla off and I didn't take my mask off. So it's not going to be different just because Mookie is the best athlete on the planet. It's not going to be a thing like
Mookie's manager says, hey, Mookie's manager comes up and says, hey, hey, Carter, Mookie don't play that, man. You need to put your mask on.
Yeah.
All right.
AC gonna be like, no, I just remember wasn't that long ago you took your mask off and got in that picture with Turner.
Yeah. No, flip it. Mookie don't talk to nobody with the mask on. What happens then?
I can wait. That's the thing. I'll wait a couple of years till the masks are not as important. Because just remember this. I am still, even though I'm not actively writing, I am still a sports writer. And so if there's nothing else, then I will go back to covering the Dodgers at some point. And he's locked in for 13 years. So it doesn't have to be now. But speaking of the Red Sox, because you guys know that's when I became a fan. I did meet David Ortiz, Pedro Martinez, and Manny Ramirez in 2004 at Fenway Park, and Pokey Reese at Fenway Park.
Big Poppy. I love Big Poppy.
Yeah, that was big.
Big Poppy's hilarious.
For me. That was big for me.
Mookie gonna come out like Varnell Hill. You miss me.
You can take the children.
Hey, let's have a moment of silence for
bounce them on net.
Tiny Lister.
Yeah, Debo gone too soon.
Way too soon, man.
All right. Did we lose anyone else recently that we need to talk about?
Our homegirl Lynn in Long Beach, right, Rod?
Yeah, man. I was gonna wait for the closeout to mention that because I saw some stuff that I just couldn't believe.
The NFL running back just died yesterday of a heart attack. 28-year-old, I think. Was he a Raven? Baltimore Raven? Heart attack at 28.
Active?
Oh, man.
He just finished. No, he just finished. He was playing, I'm going to say mid-2000s. So he's not too far removed. If he played, I think, 5 years and he was 28. So he's definitely too young. And it sounds like a performance enhancement death. That 28-year-old heart attack, something ain't right. So, yeah.
So, y'all, I just got this update also while we on this subject. Every 2 hours in LA County, 2 people are passing away from COVID. And hospitals for the ICU, anything under 15% is when they were going to start closing stuff down. They said in LA County right now, it's at 0%.
What does that mean?
That means there's no beds. They're at capacity.
ICU.
Wow.
In the ICU. It went from like 15%, then it was like at 13, it went to 12, then it dropped down in one day to like 7. Yesterday it was at 3, and right now I just got an update said capacity.
Don't go.
And they said that I was watching on the news last night. It said 1 out of every 80 people in LA County is infected. 1 out of 80. That's
a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, man.
What are we doing wrong?
And still, people are not taking it serious. So, I mean, while we're talking about it, I'll just go into it. So, Lynn Howard is a person I grew up with my whole life. You know, some people you know so long, you don't even remember not knowing them. She was one of those. She lived about 3 or 4 blocks from me, straight down the street. Got a twin sister. Prayers for the rest of their family. But her twin sister gave her a little candlelight visual yesterday at the park, and somebody went live at the visual. And there were so many people there. Not surprising, because Lynn was pretty sweet to everybody. But I see all of these people with their masks at the visual, knowing that she just passed away from COVID, with their masks under their nose. And then another large group of people didn't have a mask on at all. And I'm just like thinking, why don't these people take this more seriously? When it hits that close to home, that should tell you something. I think the biggest reason for a lot of this going on is that people feel so comfortable around people they know that they won't do it. And that just completely blew my mind. Completely blew my mind. And Lynn they just threw a baby shower last week. You know, so she was alive and well just a week ago. It wasn't like she, had been battling a bunch of illnesses and caught it and then died. She was, I've never known Lynn to be sick. So I don't know, man. People are not taking this thing seriously, and I don't know what more it will take for people to understand to if you don't do anything else, put your mask on when you're around other people.
Yeah. Oh man, that's terrible.
I'm really sorry to hear that, Rod, and Anthony. And
I didn't know her very well personally. I just knew of her, and I met her a few times. But I didn't know her like Rod knows her. But it's just another a Long Beach person that our Long Beach connection is like so great as far as families and neighborhoods, and you just know people from different gatherings, different activities, whether it be family or sports, or just raising money for different causes. We all have crossed paths, and when you see someone that's that young and fun, like you see her and it's happening, and then all of a sudden, as like we both know, like I don't want to say nobody's name, but anybody that we know just by name and affiliation alone, and then they're not here, and it's just like it hits us all, and then our Facebook thread just gets flooded with the information about that person, and it's just like wow. And the 6 degrees of separation of people that that are leaving here, it's just crazy, man. So it definitely is a time for us to really take this seriously, and even with that, in addition to our health. So everybody, man, pray up, love on the ones that you see, and the ones that you ain't spoke to in a while, reach out.
Yep.
All jokes aside.
Yeah. All jokes aside, for sure. Wow, my Bluetooth adapter is working. That's great. All right, so that means I can.
And Rodney's lights are coming on too. Half his face.
Somebody lit up the crowd. Oh, I think he moved closer to that floodlight, Kyle.
I think Mrs. Saucier came home and turned the lights on. She's like, "What you doing sitting in the dark?" I did turn the lights on. Those ain't lights.
Hey man,
that's nightlight.
We do what we can over here.
That's for the kids. Get your wife on here. We ask her to turn the lights on for real.
She's in there on her own Zoom with all the light.
You see, I got the good light in here. Oh my God!
Angels hovering around in the light over there in the other room.
Oh my light's so bright.
In the darkness.
I gotta get out of here soon, fellas. I got a Zoom. I got a broadcast buddy that's gonna do a guest speaker for one of my classes, one of my schools. So I gotta set up that Zoom in a few minutes. But just give me the heads up. I got about 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, here let us let you do your closeout now, and you can stay on afterward. But go ahead. We give you a guest speaker.
My closeout. Oh man, what's going on? Okay, so let's see what's going on. We already spoke about most of the stuff that I'm interested in: Bruins, Eagles. Oh, the Sixers. We ain't spoke about the Sixers. All right, I'm gonna tell you how the Sixers going to win the East. Doc Rivers is going to have a year that he has not had in a long time, since 2008. And Seth Curry is going to be the sixth man of the year if he doesn't start. And Ben Simmons is going to hit some threes. And everything is going to be great in Philadelphia. We're going to win a championship in Philadelphia. I'm just talking. The Lakers are so deep. I don't know what's going to happen. But football-wise, I hope the Bruins beat Stanford. I don't think they're going to play in the bowl game. They just voted it down, so no bowl game for the Bruins. We've decided whether or not we get picked or not. We're not going. The kids want to just be done with it and go home because they've been quarantined for these 3 months or whatever. So the Bruins are done. SC playing Oregon for the championship. I hope they let SC in the FBS. I don't know if they will, or the BCS. I don't think they will, but I would love to see SC get manhandled by Ohio State or Alabama or Clemson or Notre Dame. Other than that, man.
Anybody just beat
SC, please. Because we should have, but we just did a Denny Green. We let them off the hook. We knew who they are. We let them off the hook.
Right.
But appreciate you, brothers, man. Y'all stay up. Y'all stay easy. Be good. Kiss your wives. Whoop your kids if you need to. And I'll let y'all on Friday night, 1585. Jimmy Mack and myself. We're gonna talk about Sage Steele and her petty self and some other topics that Jimmy and Mac and I have been talking about, man. They ain't gonna pay to be petty.
Right.
At all.
Facts. Thank you for that.
All right,
man. I'll let y'all, man. Y'all be easy. I'm gonna keep listening. I'm gonna get ready for my Zoom.
All right. We appreciate you. Thanks for coming on.
Brother.
Later. All right, y'all. So yeah, Rodney, your I think she was one of your kindergarten students, right? Sage Steele. I don't know what you have to say about her and that. We don't have to go in depth on it, but do you want to give a brief synopsis of the Sage Steele controversy going on right now, Rod?
Apparently, she wanted to be a part of a program, and she wasn't chosen to be a part of it. They chose Michael Eaves and Miss Duncan. I can't remember her first name. Is it Jackie Duncan? It starts with a J. And she got upset. So I guess she went to management to try to get them removed, and she got demoted to a lesser show. She's now the anchor. She's not the anchor for, prime time hours anymore. She's been moved to like daytime, and she's highly upset about it. But like AC said, and I posted it yesterday on my Facebook page, it does not pay to be petty or evil. That stuff will come back to get you. It's ironic that she wants to be a part of a show talking about race and racism, yet spoke against it in all these other instances when it was talked about. And now she's mad that she can't be a part of that show. I don't understand it. So, pretty much you get what you deserve sometimes.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty much enough for me. All right, but and if you have her Instagram, what I'm going to do is post Brianna's Instagram along with Brianna's business, Britt's business, and Joy's business. So I get the website, and I'm now putting it on screen. But if you can text me her Instagram, just give me her Instagram name.
Oh, it's Joy the Jeweler. I was just looking at it.
Joy the Jeweler?
Joy the Jeweler. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll post the Instagram links together at the end and pin it to the top. So that those businesses can be supported. All right, cool. I wanted to talk about James Harden. I wanted to talk about Major League Baseball, and I wanted to talk about what's the other thing we already talked about? Oh, Deshaun Watson. So Deshaun Watson, any takers on? Well, not any takers. He opened a restaurant or a franchise yesterday, and he's catching flack for having teammates come to that opening. And his response is, we followed all protocols, we were wearing masks, and it's a restaurant. So people were just getting their food and leaving. But there's still backlash. What have you guys read about this? Have you seen anything about it? Do you have thoughts on it?
I haven't, but if he's correct that they were wearing masks and taking their food to go, so be it. That's a non-story.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Those are players that he's around all week.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
People gotta eat. They gotta go get it and take it away.
Right.
Okay. I concur. So that's Deshaun. All right. So James Harden, I know that you both have a lot about James Harden, and I'd say you guys take as much time as you need: 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 9 minutes. Is James Harden toxic? If so, is he more toxic than any other superstar? Is he spoiled? Is he being wrongly? Is he being wrongly criticized? Just overall, what are your thanks, Ant? What are your thoughts about James Harden and the James Harden Houston basketball team saga?
I think that's a tough situation because he's a great player. James Harden is a great player, unguardable. But his style of play that D'Antoni has allowed him to play for so long, I think that kind of crippled him. I don't know if he can play with any other team, or if it's players out there that really want to play with him, playing that style of basketball. It makes it tough. He wants out of Houston, but what is Houston gonna like? He's selling tickets. You know what I mean? You give away James Harden, nobody's coming to the games. So I just hope that they can figure out something, man, and he can pull it together and have a great season and play and be great. But playing that style of basketball, it's going to be tough for him to make it to the finals and things of that sort, because you can't just stand around one-on-one basketball, clear out, let James Harden do whatever. And he keeps these players when they're on, like Chris Paul and all that. You thought, okay, they're going to be great now. Then they try and now Westbrook. So they're going to try to bring somebody in. They're going to do the same thing. Yeah, they got a coach now, but I still think that same style basketball. And in order for James Harden to become a better player, he's gonna have to look in the mirror. Hey, you know what? I gotta put the team first. Or build players around him that he can trust, you know, and he's going to have to be a better defender. He's going to have to commit to more than just offense, because offense isn't going to get you a chip at all. You have to play some type of defense. But yeah, I just hope things work out for the guy, man. He appears to be, like, I don't know him personally, but you know, I like him as a player. I like the way that he's changed the game with the Euro step, the travel, the you know, he's doing well. So I just want, you know, him to continue to do well, and hopefully they can work some things out.
Well, I don't like the way that game has changed, where you get to jump off 1 foot and take 3 more steps backwards to take a jump shot. So I'm not getting ready to agree with that one. I think he stat chases. I think he was in D'Antoni's offense, which was the perfect offense for him to do that. I hate the fact that players today don't seem to work on their flaws. They want to give up too easy and jump ship and go with more superstars instead of fixing what's wrong with their game. As much as they say that he's unguardable in the regular season. When the defense is changed in the postseason and no one's going for that 5 or 6 dribbles between his legs, and then, you know, shuffle backwards and pull up, when no one's going for that move, he can't throw a rock in the ocean. You have to get more to your game than that. People, they hire people. Every team hires someone to do scouting reports every single game. Once they do the scouting report and they practice on how to guard you and they see you all year long, they can figure you out. They know what you like to do and know what you don't like to do. There's tendencies, and that part of analytics is fine. I don't disagree with that part of analytics, because it has its purpose. But to not work on your game and just force your way to another team is whack to me, and it always will be. And people say, "Oh man, you old and you just don't want to change with the times." But no, I grew up where players, if you couldn't shoot with your dribble with your offhand, you worked at it over the summer and you came back. Magic couldn't shoot when he first came in the league at all. He was a liability, but he went to the gym following summer. He developed a set shot. He went to the gym again. He followed a hook. He developed a hook shot. He found ways to make his game complete. And these players like James Harden, like Ben Simmons, are not doing that. As much as I love Greek Freak, he's been in the league like 7 or 8 years now and still can't shoot at all. He may get lucky every 5 games and hit 3 or 4 threes. But like I said, in the postseason, his flaws come out and he's guardable because they're sagging in the paint and they're daring him to shoot that 23-footer. And he bricks it, and then they're off to the races on a fast break. And they're going to continue to lose if he doesn't learn how to shoot. It doesn't matter if they put in Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton gets better and all that other kind of stuff. It won't matter. He will continue to be a liability unless they can find players that can hide his flaws. And sometimes that's possible. But for the most part, with your superstar, it's not. So one other thing that bothers me about James Harden is, as much as we holler about not having black coaches, we get a black coach in Houston who has a great reputation among players, among other coaches, as being the guy that can that can get things done. Obviously, whatever he's been doing around the league, he's made a name for himself. He's not just Paul Silas's son. He's actually made his own name. So we get this guy in there, and we trade Westbrook because maybe that wasn't a good fit. You didn't like playing with him, and you're still unhappy. And now this coach gets thrown under the bus. And more than likely, because of what you got going on, he's going to get fired within the next couple of years. Simple as that. And I hate to see it happen. But if the team, how many players would want to play with him knowing that he doesn't want to be there? Are they going to give their all? If they're down by 10 with 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter, are they going to really fight and scrap to still get that victory? Or are they going to say, you know what? It don't make no sense to really do all this. I'm just auditioning for another team, because once they trade James, we all probably going to be gone anyway. That's the old Clippers mentality. That's the Donald Sterling Clippers mentality. You know what? Somebody's going to get traded that's a superstar, so we might as well just go for ours. That's it. It's a wrap.
Gotcha. Well, for me, Trey was like, he hopes it works out. He hopes things, get better for him. Trey is obviously from here. James Harden is from here too. But so is Paul George. So, yeah. We love the fact that Kawhi is from here.
Paul George is from Palmdale. That does not mean he's from here.
That's from here. He's from Palmdale. Yeah, Palmdale was just made here recently.
Palmdale is the county, man. He's from the county.
The podcast is not from Palmdale, nor we do celebrate Palmdale or Lancaster or all the above cities in that area.
All right, I am saying LA County. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you got one street, Avenue 26, Avenue 26. So yeah, you're not from here.
Yeah. So, PG No Show, Russ, James Harden, all from the county. But I don't care. I don't care if it works out. I do care that I do care about Coach Silas, and I hope that there is no detraction from his skills because of what James Harden might feel or think. And I saw this play out negatively with Jason Kidd in New Jersey, and I've talked about this before. Jason Kidd got Byron Scott fired, the same Byron Scott that took the New Jersey Nets to back-to-back NBA Finals when the Nets had been irrelevant, and Byron Scott took them to back-to-back NBA Finals. But I'm sure the Doc Rivers contingent will have something similarly negative to say about Byron Scott. One of the few coaches ever to go to back-to-back NBA Finals and lose, but he went to back-to-back NBA Finals. Like, come on. And then he hasn't really gotten a solid shot since then, and definitely not a shot with a contender. So, all right. So I don't care about the James Harden thing. I'm interested to see how the experiment goes with John Wall, mostly because I want to see John Wall on the court again. But I don't really care about that. The Bradley Beal thing, I do want to know what's going to happen with Bradley Beal. Russ is from here, and he's also from UCLA. But it doesn't seem like he's the easiest cat to play with, even with his triple doubles, meaning that he's got to pass it to someone to get assists. I don't know. I don't really care about Houston. I don't really care about Washington. As far as their NBA teams go, it's interesting what that Cobbs keeps bringing up the Sixers, but I know that he's all in with Philly, so it makes sense. We'll see what happens with Doc out there. I don't know. I think it's always super weird when there's a problem damn near every year in an organization. And I feel like the Houston thing is like there's always some issues with James Harden being unsettled. And I feel like they keep giving him what he wants, and it doesn't seem to be working out. And, you know, here's my thing. If you get to call your own shot, call your own shots, and things don't work out, then you got to start looking inward. The funniest part of all of this is the man said he will not shave his beard until he wins a championship. That is hilarious to me because he's not close. So how is this beard going to, like, is he going to turn into Santa, or is it just that he's not shaving it, but he is trimming it? Like, I don't know. But boy, I am rooting against him winning one at any point in his career just because I want to see how that beard was. He's, you know, I want the Lakers to win every year, but yeah. Hey, Trey, let me ask you this. We can't ask Rodney because Rodney went for the Clippers this year, but after 87-88 and being 11-0 in the playoffs, I know we talked about this back then in 89, but let's talk about it again. When the Lakers were 11-0 leading into the Detroit series, didn't you feel like the Lakers could win like 5 championships in a row? Like it was a foregone conclusion that they were going to win the third in 89, and I thought they could win 5, and it didn't work out. But how did it feel for you before Byron Scott went down in practice and then Magic wound up getting hurt?
I felt like they could win, 5, and then I thought it replicated itself when it was with Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
I thought they was going to win 5 in a row too. Like, and to this day, I will say it's a shame that they couldn't get along enough to stay on the court together and be dominant, because they could have easily won 5 in a row.
Yeah, and I agree with that, and I think that that's one-sided. Not your comment, but I think that the whole not getting along was one-sided. I know that you feel some type of way as a person when someone has allegedly thrown you under the bus in a police station. But beyond that, you win in championships. Kobe was showing up in shape, and the other guy wasn't showing up in shape and was yelling out, "Pay me, pay me, pay me," while always waiting until training camp to get surgeries and all of that. Like he felt like he wasn't being paid in the off season by the organization, so he didn't need to be ready for the season. It was messed up that as soon as he went to Miami, he got in shape and said, this is a quote, "Mr. Harrison wants me to be in shape. I'm going to be in shape right now." Well, why couldn't you be in shape for Mr. Bus?
Right.
He didn't say Pat Riley. He said he did it for Mickey Harrison. So if you would have just been in shape with LA, you would have gotten whatever you wanted.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when he left, he had something he wanted to prove, and at that point, he wanted to beat Kobe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
but it messed
also
up.
Did Wade taking the bulk of the shots. All of a sudden, he got passive and decided to
Yeah,
be
he said, "I'm
number
going to
2."
beat Robin." He went into it saying that. And it's really interesting because I remember moving in 2004 into my first house. No, not into my first house. My first house was 05. 04, I was moving into a new place. And I remember Scottie Pippen saying he ain't Jordan. And I was like, he doesn't want to be Jordan. He wants to get more than 6 rings. And I'm talking about Kobe. And he definitely had a shot if Shaquille wouldn't have done what Shaquille did. And then, Kobe wound up with 5. But Kobe and Shaq were on track to do, well, Kobe was definitely on track to do better than 6, and Shaq was probably on track to do 6, and then it broke up, and that's that. All right, you guys have anything else before we go to the closeout?
Not at all.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, so let me give you guys some updates. First of all, Brianna cut my hair. Thank you, Brianna. It was super long. If you look at last week on the podcast, it was a week longer than that. So she finally cut my hair. I'd been getting haircuts, outside in a barber chair with mask on, that whole thing. But my barber wound up with COVID. I stopped going to him before he got it because his mother got it and he was around her and he knew he was going to be taking care of her. So then he wound up getting it. He is now negative, but he got it. And I am cool with just letting my hair go and or having Brianna cut it. she cut it, and this is the guard. We took the guard off, and it went down to this, and now I see that I missed this, so I'm glad to be back. That being said, you guys know that I've been wearing a walking boot for 5 weeks, and I told you I was getting it off on Christmas Eve. Well, I was talking to my doctor. What's up?
White t-shirt.
What's up, Colin?
I don't look like a white t-shirt. I look like a black t-shirt.
Is it blue though?
It's blue. Yeah.
Okay, let's get those colors together. When you get all that bass in your voice, let's make sure we get the right colors. Blue t-shirt crew. So I was talking to my doctor today, who dropped a surprise appointment on me like yesterday. So luckily I went and got an x-ray yesterday. And so he went over the x-ray today, right before we went on the air. So he told me I'm good to throw the boot away. And so I have an ankle brace and surgical shoe for 5 weeks. What I'm going to try to do is get an x-ray after 3 weeks, maybe 4, and try to get him to get me off of this thing early. I'm going to try to be 2 weeks early. Well, I'm already 1 week early. So I'm going to try to be 2 more weeks early at the end. So when I'm off with you guys, it'll be my first time in the ankle brace and surgical shoe. So I'm excited about that. Now, let's go to the closeout. Rodney, in a sobering moment, when you talked about your friend, and we want her to rest in peace, and prayers go out to her family and her friends, including you and yours. But you said something like, have you ever been friends with someone for so long that you don't even know how long you've been friends? Trey and I have been friends for as long as we can remember. But the code game for you is like you were friends with like Noah. And so that, like, what is that like to actually go centuries of knowing that you were friends with people, and like every century you're having new friends that you're friends with them for their lifetime, and then they go away, and then like, is that weird?
Well, we met in your bar when Noah got drunk that night and fell asleep naked. You were serving the drinks. I'm glad that you're back in the ace bandage and your regular shoes.
Okay. Tell us about hieroglyphics and the time that you ate in a manger.
Yeah.
All right, Rod, give us your closeout, baby.
Hey, man, I'm going to just be brief and say, please, 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 if you are listening, wear a mask around people. If you're by yourself, I don't care what you do, but wear your mask and wear it correctly. And these parents who cover the whole family except the little baby, please find a way to cover that child's face. I know there was talk for a long time that younger kids weren't getting it and teenagers weren't getting it and babies weren't. That's not true.
It's not true. We lost.
That's not true at all. There are so many kids who are going to daycares and coming down with COVID. My sister-in-law is a daycare provider, and someone sent their 2 daughters to her daycare knowing that one of the girls was sick, and the girl was sent home because she was sick. And the next day they kept that girl home, but they sent her sister, who started sniffing and coughing the next day, and lo and behold, my sister-in-law has COVID. And my brother is getting tested. Now my sister-in-law is feeling better. It's she was kind of out of it for a few days with headaches and body aches, but she's feeling better. My brother says he hasn't had any real effects of anything, thank God. But people will not always tell you when they don't feel well. They won't always tell you when they've had a cough or when they've had a runny nose or when they've had headaches. And you can't trust people that way. And sometimes, I know right about now, we're looking at everyone like suspects when they cough or sneeze. I know I do.
Yeah.
And it could very well be allergies because, my son gets allergies and he wakes up sniffing every day. I mean, he has his whole life. And I have for a long time before I go to bed at night. I sometimes sniff but that's just how I've always been. But there are people who are actually sick with flu-like symptoms and they keep it quiet because they want to be out doing what they're doing. And that's the very reason why you really need to wear a mask and wash your hands. I can't stress that enough. That's all from me.
Okay. Thank you, Rod, and your sister-in-laws in our prayers. Said sister-in-law, right?
Yeah, my sister-in-law, Phyllis. Yeah.
What you got, Trey?
Sports wise, let's
Oh, wait. Your buddy is on. This is my little cousin who always called Trey Skip. No one else nicknamed Trey Skip. But I don't know when Cam came on here. Oh, I guess it was right now.
Okay, what up, brother?
What's up, KP? Sorry about that. So he's responding to you, Rodney. He's responding to your closeout. So first of all, before you go, Trey, shout out to Jimmy Mack for joining us again. Shout out to David Smoot for joining us again. Dietrich Ellis, shout out. Cobb, shout out for coming on. Kayon Petway, thanks for joining us. I know my mom will probably watch it back. Judy Carter, shout out to her. Danielle Carter will watch it back. Shout out to them. Yeah. All right, Trey, close out.
Sports wise,
with your woman, man. She popped in.
Brianna's never watching or listening to this. She was commenting because she was behind me in her office listening. So she went to Facebook and commented, but she is not. She's like, I don't like sports. Like, she likes sports.
Shout out for ear hustling.
She doesn't want a sports podcast. Like she messes with the Joe Budden podcast and the Joe Budden podcast offshoot. I think it's called The Thing Is with 3 women. So, but okay, shout out Brianna because you are my rock. All right, close out, Trey.
Sports wise, Eagles. Let's hang in there, team. Let's hang in there. We got to come out this NFC East. We got to do it. 3 wins. 2 of them should be easy because they're 2 division games. The last one is a tough game this week. I think we can do it though. We beat the Saints, so I think we can do this. Lakers. We going back to back. I don't think it's a team out there that can see us. I've been watching a lot of this preseason basketball, and they playing the starters. I don't think there's anybody that can fool with us. And THT, balling. Already got a nickname. 3 games into the preseason. You know, he's the hottest dude on the Lakers right now. Hopefully he can keep that up and everybody stays healthy and the Lakers can go ahead and bring home another championship. Off of sports. That's where it gets tough, man. We went over this earlier in the show with all the numbers for COVID. And I mean, we can't stress it enough. 1 out of every 80 people in LA County is infected with COVID. Every 2 hours, 2 people are dying from COVID, LA County. And the ICU units are at 0% right now, which means they're at capacity. They are actually building hospitals in the parking lot right now, but those still take a week to build. They just started those 2 days ago. Building takes a week. So what are they going to do with these people? People are going to the hospitals, and normally if a hospital is full, they send you to another hospital, but those hospitals are full also. And people are spending 6 hours in the ambulance before they can even get into a hospital. So, man, we've canceled some Christmas plans. We've decided for, the betterment of our family to it's going to be the people that live in this house here on Christmas. That's it. And usually we do, a pretty big family thing, but it's just a safer way to do it. Of course, we want to be around our family. We can't, because I'd rather not see them one day and be able to see them another day. Yeah, man, everybody stay safe, wear your mask. If you can stay at home on Christmas, I would advise you to stay away from people. And yeah, if you're doing Christmas shopping, do it online. Do it online. Let them deliver it to your house. That's it, man. Just everybody stay safe. Pray for the people that are infected. Pray for the families that have people that are infected, which essentially is pray for everyone, because it seems like most of the people out there are starting to come down with it. And when this started, I always thought it was a stretch, because they said by the time this is over, you will know somebody personally close to your family that has been infected. And I kind of shined up. I was like, I don't know how true that is. However, it's very true, because I know people who have passed, and I know people that are infected, and I know people that are continue to become infected, people that are really close to me. So yeah, let's stay prayed up, and let's get through this.
Facts. I couldn't have said it better. I wouldn't try to say it better. So I've heard the idea like, hey, if you're going to have a family gathering, then everyone should get tested before you have the gathering. Let me give you a bonus piece to that. This is just my suggestion. If you decide to do that, like say get tested on the 21st or the 22nd for your family gathering, like if you're not going to just stay home, like I'm going to do, I'm going to be at home. Then I suggest that you all of you who are getting tested, also then quarantine. Not after you get your results, but go home and quarantine after you take the test. Then when you get your results, all of you have gone from being tested to quarantine to the event. So I don't think you can be much safer than that if you're going to go out into the world. Just my suggestion. I'm not necessarily in your family. I could be, because some of my family members could be watching this or listening to this that plan on having a gathering. I won't be at the gathering, but this is my suggestion to all of you. The quarantine after the test is important. And let me tell you why it matters that you quarantine after the test and not after the result. If you test on Monday and get a negative result on Wednesday and then quarantine, let me let you know you could have gotten infected later Monday, early Tuesday, late Tuesday, early Wednesday before the result, because the result doesn't stop you from having gotten infected after you got tested. So to be safest, get tested, go home, and make sure that everyone in your household was tested and is just staying at home. And then the other people that you're going to go into contact with, make sure that it's the same for them. And then I think that you are truly as safe as you can be with leaving your house. So that's what I leave you with. Let me remind you how to properly wear a mask. You put it on your left ear first, then your right ear, or you can do the opposite. It works both ways, I promise you. Right ear first, then your left ear. Bring it down a little bit. Tighten it here on the bridge of the nose. And if it has a metal part, then the metal part goes on your nose, not on your chin. Boom. Mouth covered, nose covered. Nothing can come out the side. It's flush to my face. Guess what? You can still hear me, and I'm still able to enunciate. So this is not a thing. Well, it is a thing, but it doesn't need to be a thing. This is not any clearer. You don't need to do this. You can do this and be just fine. Even if you go live. Like I saw, Brianna sent me a 37-minute video today from someone who was saying something important. I didn't agree with everything he was saying, but what didn't make sense to me was that he did this for 37 minutes in Hartsfield Airport. Why? Yeah, you're going live, but we don't need to see your face. See your eyes. I mean, we don't need to see your mouth and your nose. That was unsafe for him and for everybody around him. So listen, my prayers are to everyone infected with COVID-19, everyone that has passed from complications due to COVID-19. I pray that that the Congress passes something to help those in need, and there are plenty of people in need. And I pray that people who are opposed to getting vaccinated just do all the research they can. If they still decide not to take the vaccine, then I can't argue with that. But please get educated, especially before you go encourage other people not to get vaccinated. Like, if you make that personal choice or you make that family choice, that's one thing. But when you go out there spreading misinformation just because you've decided to do that or not do that, I think that is detrimental to the greater good. So just do all the research that you can. I'm not telling you what to do, but just do the research. Just know that there are worldwide clinical trials, not just clinical trials in America. And if people think that it's a conspiracy from Trump is against the vaccine, even though he's trying to take credit for it. Trump didn't want anyone to be safe. He doesn't want you to wear a mask. He wants people to just die. And that's by his actions. We can see that. I am someone who will take the vaccine when it is offered to me, but there are people around me that will not. So no judgment. I'm just saying, do your research, have all the information, and then make an informed decision. Just don't go your family's route because it's easy or because it's comfortable. All right. I love y'all. I am AC from LA. He is.
Right, you know what, AC, really quick?
Yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because when it comes out, I would probably be one that takes the vaccine as well. Because there's a lot of people out there that say they won't take the vaccine. And they're saying because it's too fast, it's too fast, it's too fast. Well, you have to understand, if you're working on something for 8 hours a day, the time that it would take for you to do something. Okay, if you're working on something 8 hours a day for 3 months, you could do the same amount of work in 1 month if you're working on it 24 hours a day. So it doesn't mean that they're taking any less precautions getting this vaccine out there. There's a pandemic, so they're working on it around the clock. And another thing is, people are coming down and they have this virus. Yes, they do have it. People are worried about having side effects to the vaccine. However, I think I would rather have a side effect than a symptom. You have this symptom and there's no cure for this symptom that you have. A side effect, you have a better chance at life. And it's people that are on the front line that are saying, if you're saying no to this vaccine, it's because you're not in those emergency rooms. You don't see this firsthand. If you saw what we saw, then you would be, you would have a different tone. So don't just listen to your friends and go off of it and say, oh, well, this happened so fast. This happened so fast. This happened so fast. So I'm not going to take it. I don't trust it. It happened fast because it's a pandemic. That's why it happened so fast. And I wish it could have gotten it faster, because look at all the lives that would have been saved. You know what I mean? We have no more room in the ER. So this faster that is happening is perfect for us right now. So, with that being said, man, just, do your research. Just don't be one to say, I'm not going to do this. And that's it.
All right. Well, I am AC from LA. He is Trey Hop. The other guy is Saucier Senior. We appreciate you guys. We had a guest host once again, AC Sports Live. Hey, thanks for coming out. We are 41 weeks in. This is the Collective Podcast, episode 41, live. We appreciate you. Wear your mask. Be safe. Get vaccinated. We out.
Yeah.